How did you begin to be a talent manager? Did you talent manage yourself first and then you're like, I think I can bring other people
I
on
don't.
board?
I can't even manage. My wife manages me.
Nice.
I'm passionate. I think mbele nakumbuka tukisema I had to prove to my parents. I'm
Yes.
still proving. I'm
Yes.
trying to prove to other parents.
And even prove to yourself because of what ile certificate. Thanks.
So I am very passionate about mentorship. Again, just the experiences that I've had in my life. Gili makes it even much, much easier for me. The fact that he's so willing to share whatever he knows. So for me, I was like, yeah, I want to be like this guy. I want to be able to actually meet young people, and when they ask me, so how do I get into this acting industry? I wouldn't mind spending an extra 30 minutes and just talk to them about the industry, where the loopholes are, where the wins and the losers are, the reality of the game.
The reality of the industry.
You know, so that is where my passion now for management came. The fact that I would actually bump into actors, or young people who just not have worked.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, hii ndio ukweli, but I've seen something in you. Look, can I give you an opportunity nikisikia extra meitwa mali nikupeleke at least to understand kwa set? So I would send them sometimes to sets, but some of them will come and tell you, sina fedha. Unaangalia na mtu tumia mpesa anakimbia, lakini kisaka akurudishia uwabe tena.
Hawezi. Ni sawa tu.
Yeah, kana
Yeah.
so tukafanya mara kadhaa wewe mpaka kusema wewe boss. Wewe form ni gani? Kwa sasa na kutuma na kununua maziwa alafu enda watuma.
Unaenda kupatia watu fare.
So she was like, how about if we get something from them?
Yeah.
But ukiangalia extra, amekanja how much punch? Ama so sawa. Ukikata ruwabe hapo.
Sasa kwa kuna nini hakuna
amebaki na
kitu.
punch. Niyo punch bado alitumia fare kwenda kwa hiyo set.
Bas. Alafu fare. Alafu ataya time bus. Ndio.
I'm like, sio lazima. So my wife was like, you sit atafute karol kakubwa na extra achukue kitu kama akienda kwa set akwe featured. Ama extra the lines.
Yes.
So that akwe 1500 ama 1000.
Unajua.
Hata
ni una good set atapata 10k.
Exactly. So but then again the problem is ukitaka aende apate hizo roles za 10k. AD atakuwa ama AD ama akasindiria atakuuliza. Wewe ni nani? Anajua kile cha kufanya. Uko sure na hiyo 10k hata hii. So again, you have to call this person on the side.
You're like you.
So understand, ukifika kwa set, kuna kitu ukisikia standby, inamaanisha ukisikia close up, even your reactions zako zinawako. Ukienda nini sasa, ukiona watu wakubwa usiende kuwasumbua.
Ukiona maselebu usiende kuuliza hapo sijui nani.
Maselfie, kaka kona yako, ukingoja kuitwa kuja ufanye uwezo
urudi.
So again, I'm like, now I'm investing in these people again.
You're actually teaching them how to be on set.
Sasa hapo nikaanza kuona, okay, kwa management hapa kuna wewe. So that's how we began. So you send them PDFs, na mavideo kidogo, then wakienda wakipata kidogo unachukua karuabe, so
hivyo.
Then now here we are.
Nice.
Management company.
So how did you start managing Aziad, I think is your biggest celebrity right now on your talent team? Usijalienda kuchukua role.
Number one, Aziad was not my first. I had other people.
Yes.
However, Aziad and the pool that your time and the time when you sign is on the same time. Right? So in 2017, Aziad leaves high school. She joins the industry. In 2018, I was working with a theater called Hasawat with a friend of mine. Then we were helping each other produce the shows. Then this girl comes in, beautiful, very energetic, very talented. But anakuwa na katu segemenegi.
Haikuwa sure ni nini ni wapi.
Lakini ukiantana kuna kakitu. But I'm like, yo, this industry is never kind to people who are not sure of what they want.
Yeah.
Can I manage you? She's like, I'm like, yo, please just give me the opportunity to manage you. She's like, okay, koja. I go into Benteke pia. So I had, within that stage company, with your play record nafanya, I approached about 5 guys. And most of them were like, So you know what I did? I actually came with forms contracts. Shika. Sign hapa. Ati sapa. Wata nikusomea. Unausomea. Kila.
Word for word.
Do you understand what this means? Do I even care? Let me explain. Explain. Are you sure we understand? Do I even care?
Sign hapo. Care.
Chukua. Weka pa file. Peleka ho. So every once in a while I'll just be like, able fungua Facebook, fungua Twitter. She's like, I'm quite interested in TikTok na IG. Fungua na zieka hapo kando.
Tutarudi.
YouTube fanya kakitu. The beauty of it is, in as much as she never still understood, you could tell this girl she was getting something from what you tell her. Get something from what you tell her. Pole tu. Long story short, fast forward 2020 happens. And here we are.
Well, Nice.
2019, I think there was a time when I was in Morocco shooting, she calls me and tells me she wants to quit because she wanted to go and study abroad. Her mother was like, acha enda some abroad, and she had mpaka sha apply scholarship na akapata.
Allah.
So me, I'm like, and when she was just beginning, because by then I think she had got an extra role on My Empress. So they did not shoot that day.
Okay.
So I'm Mekasi this morning, and then something just happened and said, kama kawaida vile vitu zo happened, so they could not shoot that scene.
Yes.
She's like, Kawa bana, kama hii ndio industry yenu mistaki. I am wasted a whole day here, and I'm like, you chick, one more time. Wamekwambia education, just go back. Man, give it one more chance. So she actually came back and met Kid Actress and Akina Phil, and then she did her thing, and she did well. Akatoka. So come 2020 again, it happens. COVID happens. The dance happens. Nampata kwa nyumba, amekaa chini, masimu zinapigwa kama zote, haezi operate even the handset because now phone calls are just coming in. You cannot even
you can't just
because every time hii katwa ingine naingia. Hii call ikiingia then
ingine.
Nini WhatsApp messages zinaingia zinafanya simu hivi. Yani you cannot even ukiona hii utakufanya hivi shaenda
ingine kuna ingine mpya imekuja.
So I took her phone. Me and my wife, we were like, let's start work. So now we started what you'd call it. We started filtering. Habari, wataka kuongea na wazetu kuhusu nini? Kelele. Nini? Oh, kazi, endorsement. Okay. So hata siku yetu kuna rate card ni nini?
Yeye na ulimtegea rate card, nakwambia rate card ilitrend 1 week. Hiyo rate card ilitrend 1 week.
Tulijenga.
Very nice. Atiazi hadi akona rate card. Watu walisema atiazi hadi akona rate card. Mimi nakwambia the hate that goes on my anyway.
Yeah.
I was happy the rate card was reasonable.
For us, it was also just to test the waters to see what the audience really feels. Do they feel? And most of it was very positive.
It was.
Many people were like, yeah, actors.
It's actually, about time.
It's about time. People know their value. And you were like, okay. So it actually does work. So every time now we'd work with a client, tunaongeza ka value on our end, what it is that we do. Then tunaambia clients, tumuongeza hii juu kwa sababu.
Ina
numbers pia zinagrow. And that's it.
So how do people get to you if you want that money by you?
And question is the most difficult question. I always thought, because I'm taught about yourself. I always thought that was it. Now I'm realizing with time, use 1 year. So how does one get to work with you? It's a very difficult question in this sense. I have been approached right, left, and center. I am sure right now tukienda kwa DM yangu sa IG ziko kaa 3.
Okay.
Niko sure sasa kuna mtu ameshanitumia ka video kake mara ananiambia, so I want to be.
I can be an.
What I do is show me that talent first. I will just ask of the most simple things, about the most mundane things. Just send me a video. Have you done something before? If you have, don't send me a video nione. Let me see also your photos. If you've been to our studio, let me see if you've done the right thing. And if I do see something in you, then I consider. But then if I find like there's something in you, but you do not have all the tools that are needed, and these tools are a headshot, photos, professional photos, so selfie.
Simu kwa chap na kuna shades.
Go to a studio, get those close-ups, and talk to me with your eyes. Tell me what are you as a character? What kind of characters would you play? It is all in the eyes, right? Take those, bring them to me. If I see that you're actually putting in the work in what I'm advising you, you go take your photos. If I ask you for videos of prior work that you've done prior, and maybe you cannot even access them because producers pesa zile wanakatalia.
Unapicha white.
Unamwambia enda kwa wall.
Okay. Chukua simu
yako. Ambia best yako kushikia. Do a monologue. Send it to me. Let me see your range. Let me see your. And then lastly, just something small about who you are in a paragraph. Just write me so that I know what pushes you, what inspires you, why are you here. Once I see that, then maybe I can consider and not managing per se. Because right now I'm managing about 9 people, very active people.
Okay.
So I am a bit overwhelmed even as a company. So what you're doing right now, we are consulting. I would rather I don't have that very personal relationship because management is a personal relationship. I need to know so much about you to a point where I can speak for you.
Yes.
Without you feeling like that guy is misrepresented.
True.
So the more, if you talk to Benteke right now, if I were to go to a client right now, I know who Benteke is inside out.
You know to represent him.
But I can represent him even when he's not there.
Yeah.
you know. And if a client comes and says, I have this product, I can know, then take it atachukua, if itakamao hatachukua. I would go and say, Azia will take, but Melissa will not take.
Yeah.
You know, so I know how to balance. So that is management for you. We even have to know your spouses.
Wait, you manage Melissa Kiplagat?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Amali Chopeta,
Yeah.
Kamau, Melissa, Jackie Kafoi, all these women taken. So
Umanage watu ovyo ovyo. Unafanyanga
it's
research.
because they are doing wanafanya kazi. They are putting in the work.
True.
Right? So the thing is, even knowing your spouse, sometimes, because we need all the help that we can.
Yes.
So tukianza kunisumbua,
Unajua
I
we.
call your guy,
Dawa.
hebu demo uchinga.
Naambia mpigia
Hebu
dawa.
jumla mtonge naye, hii job lazima fa.
Hapana.
Kidogo unasikia upiga simu mbaya.
Ukienda fanya basi.
So we have allies.
So it's mind games and allyship.
At the end of the day, with the time they come and realize it was a good school in the right direction.
So do you think you're changing the industry with your talent management? What are you doing so different?
I would want that. What I'm doing different is there are some things that have always been there, but have not been put into practice. Challenge we have as an industry is we do not know how to implement laws that are already there. The basics that are already there, that have been set even in nature. True. The fact that if I'm coming to work with you on set, just give me good working hours, favorable working hours.
Yes.
So that when I'm coming there, can I work with someone who knows who has people skills? It's good like I'm to what you said, you know. And then on the other side, as a producer, why do you think I'm asking you to work with you and with you to work with my client? Because I'm also protecting you from my client.
Yes.
That in the event that my client comes on set late, talk to me. Don't even talk to them.
Don't talk to them.
I have my own disciplinary mechanisms within my own company.
Yeah.
Because
we always, on set, we're always looking for that central person we can talk to mwenye anaweza ongelesha talent. Hakunanga.
Yes.
Always sasa idea nasema sana. Hai, unaenda ule mwingine it's like, wait.
Yes.
Because you can just place one call.
One call.
And then you do the rest.
Kesho. Mtu anakuja hapo ako timeline zake ziko ni. But it's because also, sometimes people think it is ni kusumbua kwa set unakuja, but maybe peke yangu ndo najua shida napitia. Labda kuna msajili lala home kwa sababu hajalipa rent.
Kweli?
Na amekuja hapo but kwa sababu anajaribu work, but you can tell something is just off with this person. You know, it is only management that knows that.
And so you're the one to.
So what can approach from point of way?
To a job.
Yeah, to a job, you know. So talk to me, I'll talk to them. Again, when the cast comes on set, you don't want them to be thinking about, I need sijui niangalie sijui conscience sijui asset gani ingine.
Sijui wapi.
Pigie sit tutapanga.
So you're advising that all actors or all talented actors must find talent managers, or it's advisable to find a talent manager for organization's sake or just for guidance sake?
I have a management because of a scenario I nilisikia kitambo. There's a time musicians were clamoring for royalties from another big company that uses their songs for something.
Yes.
So I made to understand one of the biggest artists was on stage singing. And when they were kale kabreka kwenda kuchange urudi. So walikuwa wanaongea na client nini so kutakuwa hivi akasema okay sasa. So when she was going backstage to change, akakutana one of the representative agents for hiyo company akuja kumwambia check so the contract. Okay, sign na button. Okay.
Sign here.
One. And
you want to sign rights zake za music. Lies.
Me look at that situation, I was like, yeah. Now I see. We need management. We need management that can handle all your communication, all your contractual obligations, all your financials, all your invoicing, and that is what we do as a management company.
Because, you know, as artists, we are not very keen on contract.
Wait. Ile pati ya pesa iko?
At 70k, sawa.
Okay,
lakini ujaona kenye imeandikwa huko juu. Hiyo 70k itakuwa 5 bob by the time it comes to you.
Yes.
How are you working with KFCB now? Like, how are you working are you working with Kenya Film Commissions to bring some sanity into the industry, or?
We have been having those conversations. I believe one of the things that we really appreciate about them is that they are already starting to notice the positive things we're doing for the industry. I have been doing this, especially this management thing, since 2018. fully vizuri up to now, and they've been noticing. Kuna tu breadcrumbs nimekuwa nikiacha.
Walikuonaje sababu waonangi?
The first one I immediately created my publicity platform, Sanapost. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've seen Sanapost. You tell us about it.
Yeah, Sanapost. Sanapost is it's a website.
Yes.
Right? When you come to Sanapost, you find a database of practicing artists in the industry. Be it, are you a creative, are you a performer, are you a technical guy? You create your profiles there. So it's easy for someone to come and look for you. I mean, if I'm looking for a DOP, and then I just come through my database, I'm like, okay, I like this guy. Anafungua profile yake na kama anasoma experience, nipe namba huyo. Or actors. Atakam to, because now kuna ziko segmented into different, because wanakuja wengi, but you can filter.
Yes.
Right? So when you filter, if you are going for actors, just click on actors, all the actors come to you. And then you're like, oh, I like this face, and I like this guy, and I like this guy. Anafungua profile zao anasoma, but I like him more, but this one is more experienced. Nipe namba huyo.
You're a portal to people from outside who are looking for.
That is the thing.
A space to get in and look for actors and give us jobs and all that.
So I've been running that since 2018.
Mbona sijaipatana na nini anaitwaje crew member mmoja kwa Sanapost?
I've had challenges, definitely. In 2020, I think the server company that I was working with went down, went under. Now I cannot hide database yote. So I'm starting again. As I speak today, I have accumulated around 40 people right now.
That's not
so every day I'm keep on adding. So shida ni ukienda kurudia wale wameingia before 2020. Wanatengeneza. I'm like, nilidilitiwa. Sasa nifanyie kazi.
Si unaambia kwani portfolio yako inafaa kuwa pahali.
Yes.
You know?
So right now we are trying to prove to people that it's necessary. And apart from just creating the portfolio, we are like, how about we also publicize their works?
Yes.
Celebrate their works.
Because I was wondering if they're sharing their database with you, how are you exposing them to the industry apart from the guys coming to the website and this one. How are you helping them broaden their...
So the next stage was I get myself a camera and a photographer, and we go to literally every stage play that is happening, every film premiere, every red carpet, anywhere. We go and take photos as many as 100 and 200.
Okay.
And then we put them up on Facebook for free.
All right.
So if yes. That's okay. At least for the first time akona profile
photo.
You know.
Alafu hata kuna ka story na kuna ka interview.
Have evidence that they were part of a particular show.
True.
Because part of the research before I started Sanapost was you would go and Google Kenya film, which I would encourage you even after this. Go and Google Kenya film. You'll be surprised. And I used to ask that Timothy every time we would meet. Timothy, why is it that when I Google Kenya film, or Kenya cinema, the most I get online is Walking with Lions, The Constant Gardener. Those are the films that represent Kenya. I'm like, no, but
we have expanded so much.
I'm like, we have had people who've acted at Phoenix for many years, and I would love to know
where are they?
Or where is the track record that these people have done this in the play? So there wasn't all this information. So I was like, then I will be that person. So we went and started now curating all this and putting on them online. So right now, I used to encourage actors. Are you Googleable? It's not hard.
But can we find you online?
Can we find online?
Yeah.
But right now, people can be found online.
Very quickly.
Because now they have the social media platforms and they are active.
Yes.
You can Google and you can find a conversation that is controlled. And because if you don't control your conversation in social media, someone else will
control it for you.
Will define who you are, which you are not. So it's you to define who you are. So go put all the work that you have, put them in Sanapost, put them on Instagram, wherever, and find us out.
Need a subscription kind of website or just free?
Your site. Just like you do your Instagram.
Leo jioni utaniona tu.
No one forces you to sign up on Instagram, on Facebook.
No.
For me, we are trying to create communities. A community where guys can actually come and say, we are celebrating ourselves. In the event that someone comes and if someone is coming to look at your profile, they will stumble upon mine.
Yes.
Then secondary, again, someone else sees somebody else, while as they're coming to see mine, they also stumble upon a crew member's name. Like, okay, sina kazi sign, like, I like this guy's profile. Screen opportunity napatikana. What do you say? Go and try. And now the industry starts feeding off each other.
Because the industry is so small that We are so fine in between. So tupatani like
people are not talking.
Yeah, and guys are not talking. That's how we get played on the money part.
Yes.
So are you going to centralize the money part, or are we going to centralize the all the qualms that any artist wanakuanga nazo?
Swali hapo. How am I working with KFC?
Yes.
So KFC, since 2017, they have always given us a front row seat at all Kalasha markets and all Kalasha Awards events. So my photographer is always given.
That's why Sanapos is always there.
That is why Sanapos is always covering, taking photos, and we try our best because we churn out some of the best photos.
Yes, you do in the industry because no one else is doing it anyway.
Yes. So we don't charge. But with time now, kuna red card inakuja. There's a red card coming. But it's because we've already proved our value. For the past 5 years, people have now seen what we are capable of doing. So we work with a very ebony young man called Shortwave. Yeah, so Shorty. So he also does even, sometimes we send them to him. Because he knows what
he's looking for, what you're looking for.
Otherwise, we tell a photographer, mwingine atachukua beauty shots.
Passport ile ya kazi.
And you can't use that for a casting director. A casting director is looking for your eyes. So what are you saying in your eyes? Now only Shooty, ndio nimerealize anaona hii.
I didn't know that. Kumbe ukituma casting picha utukuangi tunachukua picha yote friend.
Not just anything.
You must be communicating.
You can communicate. And that's what the casting director says in Vu.
All right.
I like it. Fair you cousin.
Oh, mimi unajua casting.
I see that hapana. No, it's not like that. It's
interesting.
So Kenya Film Commission has really been giving us a good environment to work with. Kenya Film Commission actually even gave me, there was a time I actually applied for a proposal, applied for funding. Nikatengeneza my first banners.
Oh.
Banner, t-shirts, business cards.
Wait.
Stickers.
Yes. KFCB actually helped. KFC.
Yes.
Kenya Film Commission help you prop up your films and whatever else.
Yeah, if you apply.
How do you apply? Oh, no, kuna state secrets in a car. How do you apply? Because as artists, we don't know how to work with government because we have never really had that conversation. Like we have, what is called those meetings that they call baraza.
Yes.
And then you call artists and then they come. Who comes?
Yeah.
What conversations do we have?
Public whatever.
Forums, as actors. We don't have. We have an actors guild, but it's not as active because why are actors still suffering on set?
Yes.
We have crew who are barely paid anything, but they work 100 hours a day. Why?
Yes.
So how will KFC and you as an artist or you as an entity try to mitigate?
KFC is a government body.
Mbona watu saidi?
Hawakusaidia kwa sababu ni ile style pia unakuja nayo. Ukikuja kama individual na ukikuja kama pay, then be like, whatever money we are supposed to give you is taxpayers' money.
Okay.
It has to be accounted for by the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they will ask you, hapa exchange atauliza, ulipea huyu kwa nini? Mbona unapea individual, mbona spend up for him? Because the company is what never pay not individual. So government, they don't give money to individuals.
So if I come myself as Cafe Nuna as a group, and I have this proposal, a movie, nataka mtusaidie kutengeneza t-shirts, banners, and transportation.
And I'm sure they get like 100 of them in a day. So again, they have to do chuju. Again, they have to sit with you and they understand what your model looks like. Is there a future in this?
Mm-hmm.
And if you prove to them without any reason of doubt that it is worth their time and their money, they can even still go and actually prove it to the bosses that it was worth. You come back with the receipts. I'm sure by then tulimpei pesa na ndio huyu. Then the next time watapewa pesa. But otherwise wakipeana pesa na zinaendanga tu hivi. Next time wakienda kuomba pesa kwa nini watakaziwa.
So different for the school because I know you have a post.
School? Academy, yes.
Academy. Yes.
So we are still in conversations. I am launching it in the next 3 weeks.
What do you want to teach them? What are you
seeking to? Anything around creatives.
But that is so broad.
It is so broad, yes. But let's start with the ones that we can manage. Let's start about the film industry, the acting, stage plays,
You're offering those classes. You'll be offering those classes.
Yes, we already have the actors one online already with Melissa Kiplagat.
Oh, nice.
And then tomorrow, which I don't know when the podcast will come up, but this... this did. So today is 13th, so on 14th, April 2023, we are going to shoot someone who does personal branding for the creatives. And then on the same day, we also directed someone who does directing for stage, Julissa Raw. Okay. Then on Saturday, we are shooting someone who does voice over acting and a writer.
Is this an interview or just working a day in their lives?
All of them are coming with a curriculum. They have a whole curriculum on what they want to talk to the audience about.
All right.
Yes. So it's now for us to package it. Then we shoot it. Then we kata it. We put it on edit. Then we segment it. Then we say this looks like a complete course on its own. $1,000. Hii inakaa course kivyake $5,000.
Hapo utakuwa umesaidia watu kwa sababu
that's the thing. Yes.
All the schools that you go to, you're only doing theory in Kenya.
Yes.
Right now, we are struggling with people learning to the technical part because after theory, alafu graduation, yay!
Then come kwa ground.
Because no one is looking at you because you are, and you only done theory. And then the worst part is it's not film studies or anything else, just news. So unalishika ile DV kamlini. Anafanya digitization.
Exactly.
How does the film industry or vitu kwa ground, how do they work? So there's a whole disconnect.
And the bit of what even the instructors that we are using, they're very talent-based. They are practitioners in the industry.
You have to be.
Because now we are picking not just anyone again, not just any Peter Kawa. We are picking people who are already celebrated in the field they're in. So that in the event that nani anasikia, ni Kawa anafanya ile kitu, and this one I have to pay.
Yes.
Because he has a track record. So those are the instructors we are going for.
All right. I think you should also pick Gadoni.
Right.
Wa single kiasi. Umesikiza podcast yake?
We have had a sit down with her.
Yeah. I think it's really good. Tulikuwa naye juzi, endo watch podcast episode yake. She has a lot to give.
Nice. We had planned a couple of things.
Yeah.
Na
nakumbuka akisema, hukuenda huwezi mentor watu, that's going to come. And now you're doing it. So I'm like, she should join you.
Remember, our industry is inajulikana kwa industry ya watu wa Nairobi peke yake.
Bas.
In as much as we call ourselves as the Kenya film industry, the Kenya creative whatever economy, is only centered around Nairobi.
Yeah.
But even Mombasa, they have a big economy that is building up right now. You go to Kisumu, something is happening in Kisumu.
Yes.
You go to Nakuru, the same thing. Lakini sisi tunajijua tu hapa Nairobi. So all these people need all these resources. But most of the time they will call you, hebu Kawa simnaweza kuja na Melissa Mombasa. Mko na how much? Ni vijana ninataka kusaidiwa. Mtatu facilitate at least
transportation, accommodation.
So that's why now Sana Academy had to come on board. Now as an online platform. So that
you want classes, watch uko.
Mimi niko tu hapa ho. Tumia tu link. Watch.
Subscribe.
You grow.
Very
Kisumu,
nice.
you watch. Mimi na mekdo yangu hapo, uona again, whatever yako. Everyone grows. That is the idea.
How do you make sure the curriculum is correct, or how do you certify that the curriculum syllabus is good?
we have someone within our company that actually helps us go through it. And kisha kila kitu kosa. However, there's a big difference between an academic-based curriculum,
yes, or
a masterclass. Ours is actually more or less like a masterclass. It's a talent-based masterclass where we are not really looking at hivi ndo mtaratara inafuatwa. It is Peter Kawa. Clearly you've made it somewhere. How did you make it?
Yes.
It is not about how, because I have not gone to school for this.
No, in Kenya, how many people have gone?
But it's working out for them. So if it is working out for them, then if they can share those nuggets,
yes,
then someone can pick up on them and then actually apply the same, it works for them. Right? So we have someone who's actually trying to help us balance, so that we have a balance of sorts, so that even if it's all that talent-based and karinini, we can also inject a bit of the academic. The academic. So hii hatu angalilia hatu ana make sure kila kitu iko sawa.
KFC bado wanangoja proof concept ndo wakam.
Kuna venye we are almost getting there. They are already paying attention. There is an interview, if you go to Sanapost Facebook, you'll hear that the CEO actually did throw a shout out at us.
Oh, nice.
One of our latest, 2 days ago actually, we posted, and he actually, when he was mentioning about capacity building, he actually threw a nini at Sana Academy. And he said the platforms like Sana Academy offer opportunities for and skill fetchment. So yes, they are already thinking about it. They are looking at working with us, and we've done our proposals. We're just them to come. Yes.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. I can't wait for the industry to change because we've been with Tangulini.
It's about time. It's about the world is now changing their attention to us.
Yes.
If they find that we are not ready, then we'll misuse a lot of potential that comes our way.
Because I feel like we have the expertise, we have the talent, but we lack the authenticity.
Structures. Yes.
That's where
So there's the authenticity, but then there's structures as well.
Yes.
Right?
Because also the licenses are exorbitant.
Yes.
Ushaambia KFC hivi, hatuwezi afford hizi vitu bwana.
But utakuja kuulize.
Alafu tutapatia pesa kutoka wapi? Lakini siwapunguze bei ya licenses. How do you spend 30K on licenses a day?
Sasa shoot, you see, they are, as the CEOs or the staff, they will not go to the law and remove them for you because you told them. How is law enacted and changed? Through parliament, right?
Yes.
It has to go through a process.
Yes.
Where the stakeholders need to sit down as unions and organizations and associations and say, maandamano, sisi kama wasanii, we feel like hii doha inatumiza. Then now we go through it, tutafute a representative in parliament and as a table as a bill, and then ikuwe passed, and then ditolewe. Others ukienda kama Peter Kawa ama kama wewe, which we've been doing for years. And that's why the CEOs will always be looking at it.
And who is speaking on your behalf? Who? Ama wewe ni nani sasa leo wewe ni kutoka wapi?
Yes. So therefore, that has always been our problem. So our problem is how do we start unionizing and speaking as a team, as a body?
Okay, how do we even come to that? Because Mimi, I thought Actors Guild would do something for us.
I've started with it this morning. I encouraged my members with Kenya Actors Guild, my fellow members. We formed a Kasmon committee to start looking at our constitution again as a Kenya Actors Guild and see what really works for us and how can we make sure that we achieve what we need to achieve. So this morning I've been discussing about those things. How do we? So the idea is, first of all, how do you find a voice?
Yes.
Shida ni, the Kenya Actors Guild has let its members down so many times to a point now there's a lot of apathy and cynicism around the actors about their guild.
Yes.
So what you're trying to do is now look for those things that used to work for KG, or what KG can do for the actors, and come and tell them, did you know that the Kenya Actors Guild can check on look out for your welfare on a set? Did you know that the Kenya Actors Guild can provide for you a legal representative who can go through your contract? Did you know that they can provide for you assistants on set? So you're like, oh, now I want to be part of this Actors Guild. That is 1, 2 people, 3 people, 200 people. Now you can speak as a voice. So it's all about, first of all, amassing these numbers and encourage them and show them that there is something that we can offer. Otherwise, if you don't show them the reason why they should join, then they'll be like, meh.
Sababu kama last year, but one guys were like, Actors Guild, okay, they've changed the chairman. Okay, so now. So like, okay, because even the chairman, even the people in the Actors Guild, we're all competing for the same space. We're all competing in the same space.
Yes.
So who's fighting for us and who's trying to grab a bite out of every table for their own,
What really encouraged me is with my company, I have been, in the last 4 years, I have been able to achieve a lot with like a small number of people. And I have receipts to show for it.
Fantastic.
That we can negotiate for better pay. We can negotiate for welfare. We can negotiate for royalties. We can, negotiate for many things. So I need to just use this template and tell now the larger bodies that, guys, it is possible. And the actor should not necessarily see himself as an enemy to the producer, and vice versa.
And the other way around.
We can actually work together and achieve the same thing. So we are supposed to be tag team partners.
Yes.
Right? Because even producers are going through their own stuff.
Oh, ask me.
Which now, if they are not talking with the actors will be like, why not born na pesa yetu? Tumeona pale kwa beach. No. Actually, catch producer kupigia story, then you're like, okay, so how can I help you then as a producer so that we can all achieve the same? So that you afford my rate.
Yeah.
Na pia mimi nikusaidia na tugain sisi wo.
Na ikuwe symbiotic relationship where everyone else is no one is used.
Yes.
Everyone just gets.
So those are the conversations we are trying to push for. So that we can actually now find a common ground where all players come to the table and say, this is where you can help me, this is where you can help me, this is my situation. Let's work together and achieve the same thing.
That's cool. Because I feel like everyone, kila mtu ako njia zake. Kila mtu afanya vitu zake.
Yes.
So when we bring it together, because even in the film industry nowadays, we even have cartels. So there's a cartel for weddings, there's a cartel for sijui.
Commercials.
Sindio? There's a cartel sijui for sijui. Unacheki?
Yes.
So like, if we spread these jobs fine in between, kila mtu atakula na kila mtu atatosheka.
Exactly.
Because I feel like the West is coming here for stories. but sisi bado tunangangana na mchanga huku chini, tunacheza bano.
Yes.
But we need to upgrade and unionize and just, because we need to I feel like we need to speak in one voice so that when they come, like, well, actors wa Kenya wanalipwa hii amount.
Yes.
Crew wanalipwa hii amount. Health care insurance is this much. Food is from this kid. You know, like structures.
Wapate hamna hiyo structures.
They even racist on you in your own country. Baka na kutukana hapo hivyo na wendo mwafaje.
When do you host?
You've done all the legwork.
Yes. So yes, there's a lot to be done. Let's not pretend that as we sit here and we throw around all these terminologies and the ideas and strategies, we think that by tomorrow is going to be better.
No.
There's a lot of even mind change that has to happen. And for me, I think patience is my greatest ally. I've been patient for 17 years to achieve the things that I've achieved today. And I think I still have another 53 years to go.
Inshallah.
Amen.
Sindio.
I have another 53 to go.
So what have you done right now, the 8-year-old you would be excited for? Like, what have you achieved in this particular moment in time that the young you would be like, hey, uni wewe, bebe, tubijificha juko chini ya mti?
One thing. There's one feature that I be at. This is Facebook memories.
Oh, Facebook.
Facebook memories always reminds me of things that I posted back in the day. And again, if you do follow me, you'll realize that I post them. I just reminding myself, I share them or I screenshot them and share. There were posts since 2010 that I used to put up and say, God, I really want to be on the silver screen. And I'm wishing to direct my first film. It's something like this when saying, if I given an opportunity on the international stage, I will give it all my all. And I go through all this and I'm like, yep, achieved like 58 times. I'm like, done. So that young man in 2010, if you were to look at the man right now that I am, it'd be like, it's possible. You just need to be patient, consistent, and keep at it. Never losing the energy. And just doing the right thing throughout.
Hiyo ndo swali, hiyo ninaumanga watu sana. Wewe fungiwa nyuma mara ngapi? Because there's no way you're in this industry and you still have your stuff intact. Uliauctioniwa at one point, you are kicked out at another. Like, there's always something with the finances in our industry. So
nyumba zimefungwa mara mob sana.
Bas.
Tumelala njaa mara mob sana. Now, that's not just a reality for the actors or the creative industry. It's across.
Life.
It's life. It's life in essence. But for our creative, definitely industry, the more it continues to become fluid and unstructured, the more tunaendelea kuendelea experience the same things. The more utaniona kwa TV, but kesho nakutana mimi kwa barabara napiga kalesa na nakwambia honestly sina fare. It happens. Ama unanipata kwa red carpet mahali, but the truth of the matter is that sikuna laumu.
Kwa sababu like Mama Baha akisema patangi royalties mpaka sahi.
Yes.
The citizen.
Yes.
That is very unfortunate.
So it's a reality that we are going through in the industry, but it can be better. It can be better by what we are trying to set out to do right now. Formalizing and
institutionalizing
our activities. The moment we do that, the moment we'll have a voice to actually ask for changes in the constitution about what we are going through, that can work for us, right? Royalties, it's by nature that any creative is entitled to royalties. And that's a global whatever. How it is not happening in Kenya, me, I've never understood. But again, it's because the laws. Because remember, the same laws that are governing us right now, the same ones that have been governing us since back in there.
We did have the digital era iko imefika.
Exactly. So I think let's find that one voice. Na tusiingie na kifua. Tuingie na hapa.
So utaita watu Twitter ama utaambia wasanii wakam tubonge, how you...
Tumeanza leo.
Okay.
With the podcast.
Yes, mmesikia. For real.
Tumeanza na podcast. Nikitoka hapa, I'm sure I'll bump into the next person and we will talk about the same thing. And I do that on a daily basis. I meet industry players and practitioners who do share. Whatever I've shared here today, I talk with people all over the place just to ensure that by the time we come calling, I already planted the seed so that we now go as a unit. Not to antagonize anyone,
just to speak as a voice.
Exactly.
And safeguard our talent and our well-being.
Yes.
How has your mental health been in this industry though? How have you maintained your sanity? Kwa sababu how have you tried to maintain yourself? Kwa sababu me, my own, speaking out of my own experience, I am trying hard to maybe say, so how are you with all of this happening?
I have an amazing support system around me.
Fantastic.
I have a support system. I have an amazing support system around me. Number one, I'll start with my wife. I have a wife who understands what I do, who has always understood me for what I do, and she supports me kabisa.
Hii ulimtoa wapi na wasanii wapatangi mabibi wengi?
Alikuja tu kwa siku moja for to play fulani, and she saw this handsome young man on stage with this bravado. She's like,
that one.
Okay. That was in 2007.
Nice.
And then the next time we met each other was in 2011.
Oh,
yes.
4 years later.
Yes, 4 years later. Okay. And then back to okay. And that's yeah. And that's so she is always she knows my world. We met around the entertainment industry, creative industry. So she understands what I do. She loves what I do. She's my number one fan. So in the event that hata pia mwenye labda siingizi do, she's willing to actually say, mimi niko na constant job, wacha tuchukue hii loan to support. Sana posti hapo tuisimamishe. Sasa zingine nagonga ukuta, she's like, man. Okay, tuchukue loan nyingine tena.
Kaende.
Chukue tena simamisha, but she's always, even Christmas Love. She was like, yo, another one. Another project. Uko shwe niingiza ndo. I'm like, please do. Tujaribu tu. And right now she's, so every time, there's a quote that usually says, if you find a woman who supports you, please make sure she wins. Make sure she wins, because if you let her down, if she loses on this journey of supporting you, then you'll have lost a good person. So
you would have lost everything.
I would have lost everything. So every day I make sure that she wins. Okay? So having a good support system around me, and that that does not mean that I've not gone down that path. In 2021, when I was doing Christmas Love, I literally almost lost it. To a point where daktari alikuja akaniangalia akapima BP yangu akaniambia, dude, your BP ni ya mtu wa 85 years old. Si ya kijana kama wewe. What have you been doing? And kamwambia all the things I do, akaniambia, please, you will die. And she actually told me to my face, you're going to die.
Slow down.
Yes, those are the exact words she told me. Nikapewa mpaka watch ile kupima nini.
In case unaruka overboard.
Anza kutembea. Every morning just wake up, do some exercises, walk. Kaniambia, please, whatever you're doing right now, just hold on kidogo. And ananiambia, 2 days I'm supposed to go on day 1 of shoot of Christmas Live.
Na una actor bado, una actress bado hajajiprove.
Sina do bado pia.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for money. There's a proposal that has not been responded to. There's a proposal that is being responded to in the negative. You have
crew to pay. In fact, unapatia deposit kabla uanze job.
You're dealing with all those things, and then Azia anakuja na kuambia, we, kuna client anakuja hapa anataka negotiate do. Ama ni anakuja na kuambia, we, Kawa. I'm like, oh. So, but then I had just me, and it was just me, my wife, and my assistant. So yes, so these guys were all who gonna die. So kila mtu anakuja na Kawa, why don't you just have a team? Develop a team around you.
Yeah.
Learn to delegate these things. You don't have to be there when this kina Melissa in the event fulani.
Ufai kwa hapo.
Pume na assistant aende naye huko hivyo. So the way so there's a guy who actually kila mtu ananitafuta kwa simu. Kawa upatikane nini? Martin, you're going to spend a whole day with me. Alikuja akaniambia, I am so sorry for all the days I've judged you. Because I was constantly here and here and here and here and here and wait. Akakuja akasema, bro, I'll spend my day with you.
Easy normal.
So even when I was shooting Christmas Love, I was very sickly. My body was giving in. And yeah, I learned my lesson. Coming to 2022 now, I starting to add people to my team. And right now I have a team of about 8 people.
Oh, that's good.
That I can easily now, right?
Hey, no, you are the privilege.
But
how are you here?
I'm seated here. I can easily now go and do my lunch. Okay. But shoot yangu inapangwa for tomorrow.
That's good.
And that's a good thing for me.
That's
now
good.
my at least I can get to sleep. Yesterday was my birthday. I could sleep for the first time.
Kwa sababu watu wa sinema wame celebrating hata birthday wewe.
Ngapi said? Meva madangalia hapo hivyo umekula vumbi.
Mambo bele hebu ingie utandikwe. Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's been my journey.
So would you say that you're successful now as an individual?
Is success relative? Where?
Yeah. Like how do you define success?
Success is very relative. I would say I've grown.
Mhm.
I've grown. Let me receive it. Positive energy, yes.
Yes.
I am successful.
Okay.
I am successful. I have been able to achieve things that my peers have not been able to. And not because at nini, but it's because I've been patient, I've worked hard, I've put in the work. I have networked where necessary, I've invested where necessary. I've sacrificed where necessary. So yes, I'm a success. But it could be better. And every day we wake up. Because Carol Odongo said, siku ile msanii atakuja sema amefika, then that's why we say we call it a. But do we want to call it a rap? Of course not. So I'm not willing to call it rap yet.
We've got another 53 years to go for one. To change industry, ama? We have to.
Yes.
We have to.
Yeah.
So how do you define success in your own terms?
Well, that is the most difficult. Well, that's a difficult question. How do I define success?
Yeah, new terms. Kuna yenye watu wanaona hii yenye superstar umewin awards, yeah. How do you define it in your own terms?
Milestones. All my posts, actually, if you go to all my posts, I am milestones, hashtag Kawa. Milestones in the sense that there is always a trajectory that goes this way, from left to right. And there are moments that are segmented, serrated on the timeline, right? So this, whatever, it does not have to be the same as the previous one. So that the Kawa of today has to be better than the Kawa of yesterday. You must have added something to your journey, in your career or in your personal life. And for me, I have to believe I have been on the upward trend quite a while. So my milestones have been adding up. That to me is success.
How long do you think before you started seeing the milestone? Because some of us get very impatient. Artists we are very impatient. As a human being, they're very impatient because in the industry, before you see your success, you have to point, and no one knows what you go through before you get to that point.
Milestones, again, you see this series, whatever, you quite like timeline.
Mm-hmm.
This one does not have to be significantly as big as, right? It just has to be kidogo to the pan. You know, I mean, unatoka kwa ile SQ. Achana SQ. Tuende kwa extension. Because I used to live in an extension before I got married. Kenge kwa kahawa ka room moja. Kutoka room moja tukaingia for one bedroom. 2 bedroom right now. But if I equate where I am right now to the SQ, not the ile hawa ya mabati, but the SQ, then I will say, huyu barajifika, that's not a success. Right? But it is a success if you compare to ule wa mabati. So I try my best not to equate or to compare. The only comparison I can is the previous Peter Kawa. My experience here, Jana. That is what it is today. So I don't want to say that I was not somewhere in 2010. I was somewhere, and I respect that and I celebrate that. In 2011, I was better. 2013, like that. Nice. I don't know if I've responded to your question. I came up with
yes, you have.
Yes.
I think you have, because I feel like you've said you acknowledge each milestone.
It's all about milestones.
Milestones and acknowledging them.
And it's a step. Because again, when you're going up a stairs, it is always pa.
Really?
All of them lead to
the next step.
Exactly. So these milestones, it's a step towards your greatness.
So who's Peter Kawa? Whom do you see Peter Kawa being in the next 2 years now? Tunaongengana 2 years kwa sababu ya COVID nini. Hizi mashida za dunia zimekuwa mingi. So in the next 2 years, where do you see Peter Kawa? Whom do you see Peter Kawa being with all these talents? In the industry, abroad, because I know you've graced. Umeshindanga Berlin, by the way. Unafanyanga nini Berlin?
Iko tu mara moja. Kwani nicheni kwa mara ngapi?
Mpaka alikuwa shindwa. Kwani ulikuwa huko for 1 month? Or you shooting a movie?
This was the first time, actually. No,
really?
I went to the Kenya Film Commission. I was sponsored by the Kenya Film Commission amongst other filmmakers, because by then we had just finished the Kalasha, and they took some of the biggest filmmakers that won awards, and they felt like we had understood the distribution in the conversation. So in Berlin, that was the main discussion that was going on. So they took us there for inspiration, for benchmarking, just to get to understand how these guys have been doing it for 73 years. So we came back here, we were like, wait.
Scratch the surface.
Wait. Those guys have advertised everywhere. The Berlinale Film Festival is happening everywhere, from hotels to cabs to whatever, to trains to buses, the airport. I'm like, what? Those guys advertise. And I'm like, but you see, I came to respect our journey as well. Because again, remember those milestones, eh? I am sure when they started out in Berlin, year 1, year 2, it's not the same as
100 years later, because I'm sure it's...
So even us, we cannot compare ourselves to Berlin even 70. True. Or even Berlin 5. True. Because our journey is very different from theirs. They are a European country, and all these things work in their favor. We cannot start judging our own film industry based on their factors, because they are very different. So understand our factors, use our factors to gain our milestones one day at a time.
So, for example, what is our main factor that's hindering distribution? Distribution is a huge thing for films in Kenya.
Culture.
But haziendangi pahali.
Culture. Let's export culture.
How do you mean? Elaborate that.
You kept saying that what our biggest challenge is not just structures, but what is that term? Authenticity.
Yes.
Because authenticity is what is best what is the best export?
Exports.
You don't go cocoa is inatoka Ghana.
Yeah.
Right?
Alafu nenda Switzerland kufanya ile kitu.
It beats logic that Kenyans will come and harvest cocoa and try to sell it to Ghana.
True.
Now Ghana atakwambia boss.
Form.
Hizi cocoa tunazikula kama njugu kila siku.
Really?
So they don't feel like nikakwenda kuuza mwogo kamera. That makes sense.
Yeah. True.
So you take whatever is unique from your end and find out who else out there needs whatever I have and export it there. That's why TZ are exporting bongo. Nigerians are exporting.
What are we exporting?
Pigeon. Sisi tuna export kizungu ya Black Americans.
Why?
No, we'll get there.
Kwa sababu cheki kama program ya Somo la Penzi used to come on Citizen.
Yeah. Okay. No. Ilipitia Place Mobile in the start times ikakuwa Maisha Magic East. Yeah. TV.
Yeah. Because it was Swahili based.
Yes.
Imetengenezewa mashambani huko hivyo.
Yes.
Like it's pretty relatable, and they used to watch it and they follow it every day.
So if we can actually replicate that in most of our shows, then the audience wanasema, that's a culture I've never seen. I want part of it. I'm willing to pay for it.
Have you seen Showmax lately?
Oh, yes, I have.
Have you seen how many products we have locally?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
We're on the right track.
Yeah.
We're on the right track. We are developing now an audience, because there is no business without a market. We've been developing and forming our market around our products one day at a time. So I'm trying to imagine in the next 3 years, Kenyans will be talking, when you are talking about the best actor, you don't think about Leonardo DiCaprio or Denzel Washington, you actually say Peter Kawa.
True.
Who do you look up to? I look up to Melissa Kiplagat. Who's your best director? Gilbert Lokale. You don't have to go to Steven Spielberg.
No, you have to source them locally.
Even Nigerians, right now, if they were to be asked, who's your best, they would literally go to their local director and say, this is my best director. Kenyans need to get there every way. That is a fact.
But how do we catalyze that? I feel like we've been stuck in this plateau for a lifetime. There's a trajectory where Kenyan productions have become better. Mm-hmm. From 2020 till now, we've seen a huge difference. Mm-hmm. But on our TV stations and our local people are just, that one line, Inspector Nation.
But you yourself said it like a minute ago. Showmax is doing a great job. Netflix.
Internet ifiki ushabo.
But you see, tuanze from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere, right? Again, remember that trajectory? Mm-hmm. Milestones? Let's start from somewhere. Even if we do not have mashinani, audience, nani, Citizen is already doing that, handling that for us.
Yes.
But Showmax is also trying to say, let's fund you or give you money to make better films, better series, and we start showcasing to Kenyans that kumbe Kenya pia wanaweza toa vitu za maana.
Really?
And when you start that, mashinani with time, because internet penetration is actually, we should get 60%. 60%, right?
Yes.
So with time, Elon Musk nasikia release ingine tuna sijui Starlink. that people can actually create, either sambaza,
Wi-Fi kila pahali.
Wi-Fi, So let's give ourselves time. As that opportunity comes, let it find ourselves ready. And Showmax is doing that. Netflix is doing that. NTV Sama, KBC. Everyone is working towards this. So that by the time now internet inaanza kwa cheap imefika kuocha, they find us tushajipanga. And then now they'll start consuming.
And they'll start consuming.
Mimi sina haraka.
Clearly, patience is a virtue.
Remember, for me, that's my greatest weapon, strategy, patience.
I can't wait to see what you're going to do with the industry.
Which now you ask me the question, what do I want to be?
Yes.
I want to be an opinion
leader.
Opinion leader. I want to be an opinion leader in the industry, both locally and internationally.
Yes, please, because we need some sane heads there. And people who've been on ground to see what we are going through.
Mm-hmm.
Not seeing the success of a film from the other way. From the other end, and then you're like, right?
Hapo ndani kwenye.
Kwa sababu hata kuna sinema zingine gava wamecommission watu wajalipo mpaka leo. How do you land international roles? Kwa sababu stolen from Mogadishu? Escape from Mogadishu.
Yes.
How did you get that role in?
Auditions.
Online?
No. Physically, I was handling the auditions.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is
where? Around this, there's a hotel around up on Lenana Road.
Do you know we've had a whole Chinese movie shot in Kenya and we didn't.
Nobody knew about it. Asset, I think, was the one casting for it.
Why hasn't it been released anywhere where we can see it?
Released in their own country. Even Mogadishu was released in.
Sisi tunataka kuona hiyo Chinese wenye walitucheza hapa country yetu bwana na wanaakti hapa country yetu, how we not getting the revenue?
It was a series, right? And then they had a segment in Kenya.
Yes.
Done in Nairobi. Yes. That's like Sense8.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I went for audition. Normal audition. Asked my auditions and I was called for the callbacks.
What itakuwa auditions hapo itakuwa tu kuna character atakapa hivi ufika.
Zina vary. Kuna zile za kuitwa na kuna zile ni lazima tu. Hata Denzel bado wana auditions na nakataliwa vibaya sana. Na nasikia vibaya that alikataliwa.
So ukienda auditions unapitishwa ngombele kwanza kama una
No. And then the Peter Kawa in me would not allow myself to do that.
Fair enough.
I want to
go through the
play in the same field. So that mtu asikuja akasema alinini. Because there was an audition niliona kituka hiyo. I would say which project that was. But niliona auditions. Yeah, tulikuja tumekaa hapo since morning to soma scripts nini. Then you literally see people walking in.
Yes.
They wakavuka, wakaambia haya ndo income. Then they go in and literally people walk out with the scripts. Nilikasirika, nilichukua ile form yangu nikaeka tu juu ya swimo.
Kuna mbenji.
Na nikaendanga.
Yes,
that felt bad. Felt bad.
It's horrible.
That felt bad.
Because I can imagine most of the actors have been there since 5. Kama auditions after 7.
Oh, yeah. Give everyone an equal opportunity. And kama ni kuitana itaneni huko kando. Don't come and rub it in my face that there is a preferred actor that needs
cover. Or why didn't you do that before?
Enda mfanye private auditions huko hiyo alafu mwape kazi huko kando bila sisi kuona. So again, auditions, I got the role. I traveled to Morocco, did my film, came back. It was released internationally and then won a couple of awards across globally. It was the South Korea's Oscar, selection. But I went to the finals, but
nice.
My face was seen all over the world. And I was really happy. And I think I did well.
You did well.
Because again, one of my posts on social media there's a post that I had put out in 2014 that I said, God, I just wish I could get an opportunity to showcase my acting skills to the international platform. And I will give it my all. And I will try and people will pay attention. So I took a screenshot of one of the scenes where I was going to be. Because I cried at everyone. We had a crew, we almost 150 people. Na extras walikuwa 200.
Ulilia mpaka watu wakakujua wakakuona.
You're going to be on execution. Mass execution. So nilitolewa nguo kwanza na ngodha.
Kila kitu
And then I was put there nikapikishwa magoti and then tumepangwa kama karao kadhaa alafu tumeshikiwa magana ma rebels.
Nduru yako moja hapo.
I went all out. Memorable scene. I finished that and everyone came and just patted me on the back and like, you're a good actor. Yeah. So in fact, in Morocco, in that style, after we shot that scene, I'm walking the market tukienda kubuy vitu and everyone tunakutana kila mtu kwa streets. Good actor.
Allah.
I was like, yeah, okay.
Kwani Morocco ni kidogo aje?
No,
Where the town.
Yes, it's called Isaura. So tuko na shoot it area. So the locals knew that there was a film being shot within.
Yes, because
Right.
you change the economy of that town.
And a funny thing, most Hollywood films are shot away.
Yeah.
Even the crew that got to shoot now, and I'm doing a better cruise. Next week, wanakam reke.
Hey.
I'm like,
Ufu wetu upo.
immigration wawangarada yako.
Hey, man.
Wanakuuliza umekuja kufanya nini? Unataka kushoot movie. Unatoka
Unataka
lini?
Afrika.
Unarudi lini?
Watu kurusha slavery.
Wako rada ya watu wenye wanataka kuepa kujificha huko. So yeah, Escape from Mogadishu for me was that film. It really gave me a very different outlook, and I really enjoyed my experience being on that set.
Do you have a particular role that you're hoping to play in future? Ama umezicheza zote sahi sasa yenye inakaa mikao?
Sijaifikiria hiyo swali.
Fikiria kwa sababu inakaa. Because you'd be given a role probably kama sasa hiyo ndio nani.
Sitaki kujifanya nilizafanya musical. That's a lie.
It's good, ni vizuri kujijua. It's good to know yourself.
Because nimefanya comedy, sasa nimefanya action, nimefanya thrillers. Musical nilifanya na nilibomb vibaya sana twice.
Huwezi imba sana.
Unafanya stage siku 3. Then sikia mtu anakuja anakuambia unaimba vibaya. I'm like, kuniambia siku zingine 3 zilikuwa na maana.
Hapo nikiembarrass.
Wewe kidogo ndio nikiimba nini? Unaimba vibaya. Mimi so conscious the last show. So nikiimba ninaangalia tu audience liko. It was a bad experience. I think I'm done. Call me on my next podcast. I know I'll have an answer.
You'll have an answer.
Yes, I have an answer.
Because I feel like you just need breakout role ile sasa ya kuisha. Nyewe Kenya has talent, and then
Yeah, I went another County 49.
you want another county.
Another
Are you
role
guys
now
getting season 2?
I can speak for the production.
Sawa.
Hao ndio wanajua.
Ukikuwa na season 2,
Munirudishe.
bas.
Ukikuwa season 2 wanirudishe. You know what happens, right?
Yes.
Yes. But sikuonekana nikifanya hiyo kitu, so munirudishe. Yeah.
Kotu sawa.
Yes.
Kotu sawa.
Kwa sawa.
Alright, so one last thing. If you were to inspire the young actors or talent managers or directors, anyone in the film industry, what would you tell them? And how would you encourage them to be in the industry? Sababu say vitu ni ngumu, alafu hakuna pesa.
Yeah.
And then you see there's also the part where when there's no money, people choose to not do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then later when you kuna do, kuna do, alafu una portfolio. So how, I feel like as a creative, money should not be an entity to hold you back.
Yeah.
But what should?
Hey, without necessarily sounding like a philosopher.
Hini siwe ni philosopher.
Yeah.
From experience.
In the most basic way I can put it, I will use a mantra that I use everywhere I go, is pass it on. Each one, teach one. Each one, work with one. Each one, invest in one. If we do that as an industry, especially wale ambao washafika, if you just pick one person and work with them, leave them better than they were, and then go to the next person like that, they will create a community of people who care about each other and care about what they do. And then we become an industry in time, an industry that is celebrated, an industry that is making money. So I'd say invest in people. So pass it on, hashtag pass it on. Number 2 is patience, because it's not going to get any better very soon.
Iwambie ukweli.
It is the truth. It is the truth. But have your vision board and say, this is where I want to be, and start working towards it, because you will get there. I had the last one, but I thought, keep learning. Keep learning. Do not take away the place of education and the academics and trainings and skill transfer from what it is that you do. Train as much as you can. Hook up with people who already know. Learn from them. Buy a book if you must. Watch a movie and study it. And go back to school if you can.
True.
There are many schools out here that are film related and creative related that you can learn something extra. Then when you come back a better person. Yes. Kitambo, I used to be afraid of saying this. Google me.
Yes. Very appropriate. Very appropriate. Very appropriate.
It used to feel very arrogant the first time I thought about using that statement, that Google me. But with time, I've realized that anytime someone asks me, where can I see you? What have you done? The moment I introduce myself as an actor or a filmmaker, I can't list for you all the 17 years I've been around.
True.
It's difficult because even my nimesahau zingine. So instead of scratching my head trying to look, I just tell you, Google me. And we have already had gone through this, that when we're talking about how do you become Googleable,
Yes.
Start putting stuff online. So most of my stuff you'll see once you Google me and find me on Instagram, Peter Kawa, on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. It's Peter Kawa across, and even YouTube. So thank you.
Thank you.
Find me on Sana Post as well. I have my own profile on Sana Post, and you will meet many other artists on that platform.
And look forward to Sana Academy.
Sana Academy, yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining us on our last episode of Sanewa Sani Season 1. And we have had Peter Kawa, the one and only Peter Kawa. And thank you for joining us. And it's been a pleasure to have you. See you next season.